Alright, here we are with the Gold Star truck build. The first video just showing you the condition of the truck before we actually start working on it. So here's the front, and you can see the bumper is not level. It's been hit a few times and needs some work, so we'll straighten that out, maybe get a new bumper on there. The front, the hood, and everywhere that's up on the truck where it gets a lot of direct sunlight, all the clear coat is worn off, and on the top of the cab it is completely gone, just rusty and pretty bad up there. You can see the front here, the grill has starting to bubble up. It's pretty bad, so we have a new grill to replace that. And working around the side, the front and rear of the truck has different tires on it, so we have 35s, both of them are 35s, but they're just different style tires. So we're going to be getting some new suspension. We'll lift it just a little bit to make these 35s fit a little better. The truck is stock height right now, has no lift on it, and hopefully with the lift and new rims we'll be able to push it out. So you can see right here the tire rubs when you turn sharp. The tire rubs right there on the control arm. Hopefully with new rims we'll push the tires out just a little bit, keep that from happening. Up here we have the antenna. It's broken a long time ago and been flopping around. We tried to tape it, tried to wire it inside underneath the hood, and it was still just flopping around. So we ended up just going up here, closing it in the door and closing it underneath the hood. That keeps it from flopping around, but obviously that's not ideal. Here we have the mirror being held on with electrical tape. Actually works pretty well, it doesn't flop when you're driving, but clearly we need some new mirrors, and we have some, which we'll be showing you later. Working down, we have rust here, and this is under the doors. That's kind of where the worst rust is. We come around to the inside. It's hard to see that, but it is rusted kind of all the way through on some of those portions. On this, it has this seam here. You can see the seam that's folded over, and down here, especially in that spot, there's nothing left from that seam, and it's real hard to see on the video. But so sticking to the outside, we have a big dent right here. The truck ran into a post leaving a car wash. Nathan did that years ago. But as far as the body goes, there's not a lot of damage. You can see there's some rust spots that are pretty bad, but for the most part it's in good shape. There's the rear tire, clearly, just to show you different from the front. The bed liner is pretty bad. It's fallen out. It's just a cheap plastic one. We're going to be getting a Rhino liner or Line-X job on it, so it should be a lot better, have a good durable finish on it. Everything's just kind of fading. The truck's a 1995 Dodge Ram 2500, and with the 8-liter V10 and manual transmission, so it's over 20 years old now, and it shows in a lot of places. It shows how bad it is, but the rear bumper needs to be replaced. It's not savable. You can't salvage that. It's bad. So a little bit more rust here on the bed, and here on the fuel door we have, when the fuel pump was replaced, they dropped the fuel tank and it broke. They forgot to disconnect the filler hose, so it broke out here. That's not a big deal, but something that we'll fix if we can. And then because they didn't seal it right when they put the new fuel pump in, when you fill the truck up with gas and it tops off and you go till the nozzle clicks and shuts itself off, there'll be a bunch of gas that leaks out on the ground because there's the seal between the top of the tank and that filler neck is bad. Again, there's rust underneath the door. That's where the worst rust is underneath the doors. We might have to be getting new doors just for that metal there. Background of the driver's side is pretty good. The rest of it mostly just bad paint, and I'll show you the top of the cab here real quick. You can see that there's basically no clear coat, and in some spots there's no paint left on the top of the cab. Alright, let's take a look under the hood. Starting at the front, going towards the back is how we'll do this. So we've got the air conditioning unit here. then it's pretty damaged. A lot of these cooling fins and stuff are all bent, and it's all full of bugs and stuff like that, so it's pretty hammered. The radiator's got a little bit of damage in it. It's actually in pretty good shape, but we do have a new radiator, so hopefully that'll improve our cooling. Keep this big engine nice and cool. Up top here, you can see it's just dirty. Other than that, I mean, the engine actually runs pretty good. All the systems work. The alternator and air conditioning, power steering, all that stuff works. It's just real dirty. And we were planning on replacing all of the fluids, so new power steering fluid, brake fluid. The coolant's going to be flushed and replaced. Engine oil, all the differential oils, transmission oil, all that stuff. We'll be adding another battery, so we'll probably move this fuse box here, probably move that over, put the second battery there, around a dual battery system. Red Arc Electronics has sent us some stuff for that. As far as the intake goes, right here we'll be running a new K&N cold air intake. Should give us a little boost in power. And we have run the truck on the dyno for the pre-run, or the baseline run, and then after we do all the improvements on it, we'll get another run on the dyno. Here we have the coil packs and the wires. So this V10 runs off of coils instead of a distributor like the other engines of its day, but they come, instead of an individual coil on top of each spark plug, they come in coil packs, so a 6 and a 4. And we have some coil packs sent to us that are built for a Viper, and some wires as well that are built for the Dodge Viper. So they should be a little bit higher quality than what's on here, especially with this being so old. I don't think the coil packs have ever been replaced. So there you go. There's a shot of the engine bay. All right, moving around to the interior of the truck. Driver's side door, it's actually in pretty good condition. I believe there's a clip down here that's broken. It's a little bit separated there, but for the most part, the door is in good shape. The driver's side seat, on the other hand, with the truck being pretty high, it's not lifted, but the bigger tires and stuff makes that a pretty good step to get up into there. So we'll probably be adding some steps on, make it a little easier for mom and dad to get in the truck and reduce the wear on the seat, so they'll be able to step up instead of sliding in and out. And so we'll get that replaced, get the seat fixed up, new upholstery there. And the headliner is the other major thing in here. The headliner's all fallen down. We'll get that reupholstered and fixed up. This A-pillar piece is broken. The plastic clips that hold it in have broken off completely. Actually, comes right off. So we'll be either fixing that somehow or just getting a new one. And because it's a red interior, it's a little bit hard to find the red parts. The dash, we do have a new dash cover that we'll be putting on there. It'll hide all those cracks and everything, and it's red. But most of the other parts in the truck we'll have to have done custom or just paint them, so we can get the new parts and just paint them red. Everything else is actually in pretty good shape. The center console, everything works just fine. The rear window latch, let's go up to here. The rear window latch is broken, as you can tell. The window just kind of stays open. You can close it, but as you drive, that'll open back up. So we'll put a new latch in there. And basically the carpet and everything down here is good. The floor mats are good. Everything behind the seat is all original still. All those plastic trays and stuff, surprisingly the plastic's all held up. There's no damage, so we'll get it all cleaned out. Get some new speakers. You can see here we've got stuff in the way there, but have the speaker there. That one I believe is blown on both sides. It's blown, or just not working at all. And then we have a tweeter up here and another speaker down here for the doors. Each door has that, and then an old sound system there that we'll get replaced. Get some new stuff in here. The cup holder also, I mean, the cup holder's still there, but that's not going to hold your drink. It just goes straight through, so we'll see if we can get some new cup holders.